right.
Oh, hey everybody. I'm just about to pull these little smokies. You can have beef or just the regular little smokies, store brand, doesn't matter, his shower or whatever. Just pulling these now. That's the first little step that I do. You want to actually get your hash browns going first because they take the longest. But what I'm doing is my breakfast burritos that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this heat real quick. Just set this aside because I'm going to use that for the eggs. So what I'm going to do, check these hash browns real quick. Not yet. Okay, space them out. You might think they're burning, but if you don't see brown around the edges, they're fine. And they are going to stick a little bit. You can't
get close up.
I've only ever seen it done at Waffle House where they didn't stick, and they got a whole different type of setup. So.
And a lot more grease.
But yeah, I'll get back with you when I put the eggs in here in a moment.
All right. Stand by.
Alright, now you see how that it's getting brown on the edges. That's about getting to the point where I need to flip it. So I just started the eggs right here. These are egg whites from the carton. Stuff's not too big on the yolk, and nobody else really is bothered too much about just egg whites. So, and they keep going back and forth on whether or not it's healthy or not. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wait until the best way to explain it is when you get that's a little bit much because I'm cooking for 4 instead of just for 2, but usually I do it for just me and Steph. The way I usually do it is you wait until the egg whites literally solidify, if I can actually talk right. Wait till that kind of solidifies and starts like moving, bubbling a little bit. That's about the time, right when if you catch it right when it starts doing that, you shouldn't scorch it. You should be good. But I've got to watch this one close because there's so much egg in there. And then Mama can't have too much cheese, so we're going to be doing our cheese in the burrito. But usually this is when I add the cheese onto the eggs. So, we'll flip these hash browns. Alright, not the perfect flip, but got the hash browns flipped right there. And then I've got some seasoning that I put into the egg. It's just a little bit of basil, just a splash of garlic powder, and some smoked paprika.
Is that just egg whites?
And that is just egg whites. I've already talked about that with Steph, about Steph's preference, and nobody else really has a preference. And the same thing, minus the smoked paprika, is in the hash browns. So, we are just waiting on the eggs. They're almost ready. You can see they're really starting to turn white. I'm going to have to flip them here in a second if I can stop talking. So, I'll come back to you in a second. And we should be getting a little bit closer to getting these things done. Alright, I got about 5 minutes, I'm going to guess, on these hash browns. They're getting a little bit crispier. We like them real crispy, so that where you see some of the darkest spots, we want about 90% of it that color. And then I got our nice fluffy egg whites over here. We just finished up, just pulled off the heat. And little smokies. Believe it or not, the smokies being done first, they do cool off a little bit, but once you put everything together, it actually doesn't get too cold. Sometimes you might need to add a little bit of heat, but typically it all kind of gets to the same temperature when you make the burrito. And I'll probably be coming back to you once I start wrapping.
Do it, Steffi. Hi, Mama. Hi. Okay, here's.
Alright, I've got my little smokies right here in the tortilla. I'm going to take, I don't know, kind of eyeball it. I got to make this go 4 ways, so kind of throw some of the hash browns in there. I'm going to have to hop in the fridge real quick because I didn't think about that. These are nice and crispy. All right. We'll add some more in a second. Toss that right here. Let me go grab the cheese. Ignore the noise. We just knocking water bottles over, you know. Some people aren't used to recording, but it's okay.
Hi, Penny.
Yeah, just get distracted with the dog. Oh, did you want that other cheese or did you want this cheese?
That's fine.
Okay. Excuse me. And now, you just admire the old dog. I'm going to take 10 years to get this open because we're recording. It's okay, I'll cut it in editing. I say that and I get it open. Make a mess. You have to make a mess. All
Who
right.
has to clean it up?
I usually get chewed out.
Mama has to clean it up.
Alright, let's leave this out. And then I'm gonna get you your eggs. Right here. Like I said, normally I do the cheese with the eggs, but Mama can't really do much cheese, so a little bit more. And then I'm gonna top her off with some hash browns and I'll wrap this puppy up. Alright, put this back because I don't want to put a pan on the table. And we'll get some little bit more. Up there. For the hash browns. Alright, now I'll show you how to wrap this. Sit here, and you take the bottom part, bring it towards the bottom third of it. You take it, you lift it up, and then as soon as you get over everything, kind of smush it down. Fold your edges in. That one already kind of automatically folded in. And then I broke it. But take your edges, fold them in like that, push down like that, and roll it up tight. This one's not perfect, but I'll get them all fixed up. And they're about half the size of your arm. See that? Alright, now I gotta make 3 more.
Hey, Buggy.
But yeah, that's the one thing. We've interacted with like 2 universal characters, is that enough?
Yeah.
Alright.
Hi. Hi, Pie.
Okay, and sit that right there. And refocus.
What are you doing in the kitchen, Buggy?
Steffi's job's to get the movie going.
Yay! We're gonna watch Moana.
Yeah, Mama and Pops haven't seen it. Alright, there's my burrito. And then everybody else that doesn't want to be filmed is in there. Eating, chowing down. The dogs keep coming in here saying, "What you got left? Can I have some?" And there's Pops.
Ta-da. All right.
Don't know if y'all seen it, but he's did some asparagus wrapped in bacon, but he wasn't happy with the brand of bacon that he chose, so.
Well, it's a market bacon for one, and it's also, I usually blanch the asparagus for a few minutes, and I didn't. I tried to see if the bacon being thick would help in the aid of cooking the asparagus. They're just a tad bit too crunchy, and I'm not particularly a fan of market bacon, whether I am a thinner sliced bacon of like Smithfield or
Yep, Hillshire.
Kroger brand. Tastes good.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, well, not gonna call it quits quite yet, but we're gonna eat, and I'll come back to you to wrap everything up.
Oh, there's another one in the
Look, there's his. Alright. We'll catch up with you in a second.
Probably be big enough to take half of it for lunch.
Yes, sir. Alright, everybody. That was my breakfast burritos that we actually did for dinner. But I guess it don't matter what time of day you have them. Pretty good.
Good stuff.
I think they're a little bit on the greasy side, but other than that, I haven't really been able to make them not, like the hash browns not stick.
I'll get him to put the recipe at the
Right.
bottom, like we usually do on all of our
Cooking
cooking
stuff.
stuff. Gave me a break. It was actually kind of cool not having to cook stuff. So, with that, hey, we might even leave you with a catchphrase. There's no such thing as a boneless wing. It's just a glorified nugget. And that's the way you can get in touch with us on Instagram or Twitter. Hey, you guys got recipes that you're proud of and you want to share them? We'll put them out there for you. We'll try them. Festivals, restaurants, whatever. Give us a shout out. You guys be cool. Love Jesus. We'll see you next time. Bye.